Alright, what's up? Let's get into this trade recap. Not going to waste any time. Putting the hood up because I'm chopped. So, P&L, $7,700 today, 700 or so across 11 accounts. This is my second trade of the week. We didn't trade on Monday for a bank holiday. Let me make sure my mic's working. We didn't trade on Monday for a bank holiday. Tuesday we got a dub for about the same. Wednesday didn't get a trade, and then today we got this trade. So, let's break it down. As always, let's go through my pre-market analysis. I said, definitely, I literally just cleared my storage, bro. Oh my god. Definitely bearish for this morning. I like that 4-hour intermediate low from yesterday as a nice target, so we'll go over to open. What was I referencing? I was referencing this intermediate low. As you can see, I marked it out on both assets, and we ended up making an SMT here, which I did not like. I wanted to see NQ hit that. But listen, I liked that low a lot as a target. What I also liked was this hourly gap to get hit at open. So I wanted to see this hourly gap get hit at open because we had a high right here, which was also a intermediate high or a high inside of a fair value gap on the hourly time frame on ES. So what I wanted to see it open, the only thing I was thinking of taking is, okay, we go into the hourly and then we sell off towards that 4-hour low right here. Sadly, that doesn't happen. Open happens. My replay mode stops fucking working. And we just accumulate, right? So let me mark out all these lows. This was data lows as well. So we had 8:30 news, which we took out. And let me just tell you guys why you're dumb as fuck if you took this trade. If you took a long coming off the data lows when we edged this 4-hour gap, you're tripping for multiple reasons. The first one being, look at us just fail to inverse this 1 minute. We're holding this 1 minute. We are extremely uncertain. We're pushing now above. We have an internal SMT with ES. ES has already taken out your target. So you're just asking to get cooked here. So, huge Drizzy candle. I labeled this as still accumulation. I said, listen, I really want to... Oh my god, I skipped way too fast. I really want us to either push into the hourly gap above, or I want us to hit this 4-hour, and I'm not going to take a trade unless we do. And guess what else happened? So, as you can see on the 4-hour chart, there's a 4-hour gap right up here. And where does that 4-hour gap lie? Right where that high I marked out is. Perfect mark. However, that 4-hour didn't actually open up until 10 a.m. So what did I want to see happen? Right at 10 a.m., I wanted to see us manipulate and then go for that 4-hour. And what did we open right at 10 a.m.? We opened a 5-minute fair value gap. So I said, listen, if we could manipulate right at 10 a.m. into this 5-minute that we're opening up, and then pump into this 4-hour that we're opening up, because neither of these gaps were here before 10 a.m. Right at 10 a.m. we opened this 5, and right at 10 a.m. we opened this bullish 4-hour above. And I said, bro, we're sweeping this high, yeah, but I think we want to go for this newly opened 4-hour gap. And I think that this initial move and this sweep is a manipulation move to then get us higher to tap this 4-hour gap. What happens? Right at 10 a.m., the 10 a.m. candle exactly, Drizzy's down, hits this 5-minute. Sadly, we didn't get an SMT, which is unfortunate. I was pretty annoyed about that. The only thing that you could maybe call an SMT is like these were equal and these weren't. Not really a valid. But I had to fade. I had to still take it. We had an amazing momentum close, and I said, listen, these are equal highs, and we just opened a 4-hour right above them. I'm expecting price to absolutely flush. Got him right there. Made my stop about here, or right below the gap for about a 1-to-1. I actually think my fill was a lot better because I waited for the candle to open up. So it ended up being something like this. I get in, and we just pump immediately. This is a A+ setup. Continuation model, 10 a.m. We were accumulating, and then we finally sell off at 10 a.m. into a 5-minute liquidity pool. Respected beautifully with an immediate momentum inverse. Obvious target above with this unfilled 4-hour gap. And we caught a 1-to-1 immediately. And then what happens after? We hit the 4-hour and we start selling off a little bit. So, you know, nice little exit there. No need to leave runners. I mean, the only other target was like this shit, which I think was the daily gap that we already hit anyway. So this is just such a good setup. Great continuation. waited through all this chop. The 1 minute chart has been absolutely awful this week, really choppy, but as soon as we opened up this 5 minute, I knew we were going to respect it immediately, and we did. We get that push up to get to our last bullish draw, and we bank out for our trade. I have the live execution that I'm posting on TikTok and Instagram right after this. Overall, today's price action was very shit, very cumulative, everything like that. But just because we're choppy and wiki does not mean price can't deliver to its targets. So I stayed patient. I noticed the targets opened up, and then I fucking went for it and I won. So yeah, all right, that's a trade, and yeah, pretty simple trade. Catch you guys tomorrow.